Look, J.C. Sheldon needs CC in the groin.
The WNBA just hit rock bottom. Caitlin Clark, the league's billion-dollar asset, is sitting out All-Star Weekend with another injury, and Adam Silver has had enough. Sources inside the NBA are saying he's ready to drop the hammer on Commissioner Kathy Engelbert if she doesn't fix the officiating disaster that's destroying the league's most valuable player. This isn't just about basketball anymore, it's about survival. Picture this. Indianapolis spent millions preparing to host their first ever WNBA All-Star Game. Caitlin Clark's face is plastered on every billboard from the airport to downtown. The entire event was designed to showcase the league's new superstar in her home state. And now, she's watching from the sidelines because the refs can't do their job. If you think that's bad, wait until you hear what's really going on behind closed doors. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because what I'm about to reveal will change how you see the WNBA forever. Let's start with Thursday's bombshell. Caitlin Clark officially withdrew from both the three-point contest and the All-Star Game after re-aggravating her groin injury during Tuesday's win over Connecticut. She released a statement saying she's incredibly sad and disappointed, but needs to rest her body. Translation: the league's failure to protect its biggest star has now cost them their marquee moment. But here's what they're not telling you. This is Clark's third major injury stretch this season. 5 games missed with a quad injury in May, another 5 with a groin strain in July, and now this. A player who never missed a single college game is suddenly falling apart under WNBA care. That's not a coincidence, that's negligence. Adam Silver isn't just watching from the sidelines anymore. The NBA Commissioner, whose league financially backs the WNBA, has been sending increasingly urgent messages to league headquarters. When he said, quote, "I want to see Caitlin treated fairly and appropriately," unquote, that wasn't a suggestion. It was a warning, and Kathy Engelbert ignored it. Now let's talk numbers, because this is where it gets scary. Since Clark went down with her first injury, national WNBA viewership dropped 53%. Games featuring the Indiana Fever on national TV plummeted from over 1.8 million viewers to just 847,000. That's not just ratings, that's millions of dollars vanishing into thin air. The timing couldn't be worse. Right now, the WNBA and its players are locked in heated negotiations for a new collective bargaining agreement. The current deal expires October 31st, 2025, and players are already talking about a potential lockout. They want their fair share of the league's new $2.2 billion media rights deal. But how do you negotiate when your biggest revenue driver keeps getting injured? Here's the dirty secret nobody wants to admit. According to kinesiology expert Dr. Lucas Seehafer, 141 injuries have been reported across the WNBA since opening night. That's out of just 179 active players. Do the math. That's a 79% injury rate in a 44-game season. In what universe is that acceptable? The officiating has gotten so bad that Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo had to call it out live on air. During one game, she literally walked viewers through multiple missed fouls on Clark, saying, quote, "There's a grab, there's a hold, another grab, that's a foul, unquote. When your own broadcasters are exposing your incompetence on national television, you've lost control. Even Clark's own coach, Stephanie White, has reached her breaking point. After multiple games, she's blasted the refs publicly, calling the officiating, quote, "egregious," unquote, and saying, quote, "The disrespect toward our team has been unbelievable," unquote. She revealed something even more damning. This has been a known issue for years. Every year at our Fall and Spring League meetings, we talk about this and nothing changes, unquote. Let me paint you a picture of just how bad it's gotten. Tuesday's Fever Sun game ended with 5 technicals, 3 ejections, and 2 flagrant fouls. It was total chaos. Marina Mabrey shoved Clark to the floor after a dead ball, and the refs initially gave just a technical. Only after massive fan outrage did they upgrade it to a flagrant 2. They can't even get the calls right when everyone's watching. The economic impact is staggering. Professor Ryan Brewer from Indiana University calculated that Caitlin Clark was responsible for 26.5% of all WNBA economic activity last season. He projects her 2025 impact could exceed $1 billion. One player, $1 billion. And Engelbert can't keep her healthy. But wait, it gets worse. When pressed about the officiating crisis, Engelbert's response was tone-deaf at best. Quote, "It's interesting. No winning team ever complains about officiating. No losing team ever doesn't," unquote. That's not leadership. That's arrogance. She's basically telling injured players to stop whining about getting hurt. Even the betting markets are feeling it. When Clark went down, sports betting activity on Fever games dropped nearly 50% overnight. Vegas doesn't lie. They know she's not just a player, she's the entire business model. Without her, the product becomes unwatchable. The pattern of injuries tells an even darker story. Analyst Rachel Demita pointed out how Clark's injuries keep shifting. Left quad, left groin, right groin. Her body mechanics are being thrown off from repeated unchecked hits. This isn't normal wear and tear, it's systematic breakdown from abuse the refs refuse to call. Christine Brennan, the veteran sports columnist, hasn't held back either. She's called out Engelbert for dodging questions about Clark, saying the commissioner can't even speak Clark's name without pivoting to other players. This incredible inability to deal with facts and state the obvious is astounding, unquote. Now here's where Adam Silver comes in. As someone who helped develop the WNBA during his time as NBA Deputy Commissioner, he knows what's at stake. The league was projected to surpass $1 billion in revenue this year, mostly due to Clark's influence. But that projection assumed she'd actually be playing. The contrast with how the NBA handles its stars is stark. When players like LeBron or Steph Curry take hits, refs protect them. It's not favoritism, it's business sense. You protect your assets. The WNBA, they're letting their golden goose get slaughtered while counting their eggs. Remember those record-breaking numbers Clark brought? 12.3 million viewers for her Iowa finale, 14.2 million for the Final Four. That Final Four game was ESPN's most-watched basketball game ever, men's or women's. And what has the WNBA done with this gift? Squandered it through sheer incompetence. The All-Star Weekend has become a perfect metaphor for the Engelbert era. Massive hype, massive promotion, massive expectations, and a massive letdown. Everything the league touches lately turns to disappointment. And now their biggest weekend is happening without their biggest star. Sources close to the situation say Silver's patience has run out. He's reportedly considering unprecedented intervention if Engelbert doesn't implement immediate reforms. We're talking about potential NBA oversight of WNBA officiating, mandatory referee accountability measures, and yes, possibly even pushing for new leadership. The players see it too. When asked about being part of CBA negotiations, Clark said, "This is a very important time for our league and where it's going to continue to grow," unquote. But how can you grow when your stars can't stay on the court? How do you market a league where the refs have more impact than the players? Let's be real about what's happening here. This isn't just about bad calls. It's about a commissioner who's lost the room. Players don't trust her. Coaches openly defy her. Media members publicly question her. And now, most importantly, Adam Silver has lost faith in her ability to protect the league's interests. The solution is obvious, but Engelbert refuses to see it. Hire full-time professional referees. Implement real accountability measures. Protect your star players. Use replay technology effectively. These aren't revolutionary ideas. They're basic competence. The NBA figured this out decades ago, but there's something even more sinister at play. Some referees have allegedly admitted off the record that they've been told to, quote, manage the hype, unquote, around Clark. If true, that's not just incompetence, that's sabotage. You're literally instructing officials to target your most valuable asset. The ripple effects go beyond Clark. Kelsey Plum recently exploded after constant no calls, dropping an F-bomb on live TV about the officiating. Players across the league are fed up. They're getting hurt, their careers are being jeopardized, and nobody in leadership seems to care. Meanwhile, Engelbert was caught on video dancing at All-Star Weekend while players gathered for tense CBA negotiations. The optics couldn't be worse. Your league is in crisis. Your biggest star is injured, labor talks are failing, and you're doing the electric slide. Read the room. Here's what should terrify WNBA ownership. The top 10 most-watched WNBA games since 2002 all happened this year. All featured Caitlin Clark. Without her, you're not just losing growth, you're losing relevance. The casual fans who discovered the league through her won't stick around for inferior product. International implications loom large, too. If Clark can't stay healthy in the WNBA, overseas leagues start looking attractive. Imagine losing your biggest star to Europe or Asia because you couldn't provide basic workplace safety. That's not just embarrassing, it's catastrophic for growth. Commissioner Engelbert's legacy is being written in real time, and it's not pretty. She inherited a league with momentum and managed to derail it through sheer incompetence. Under her watch, the WNBA has fumbled generational talent, alienated fans, and created a player safety crisis. The most frustrating part? All of this was preventable. Better officiating standards, consistent enforcement, player protection protocols. These aren't complicated concepts. Every other major sports league has figured it out. The WNBA's refusal to adapt isn't just stubborn, it's suicidal. Adam Silver's message is crystal clear. Fix the officiating, protect your stars, or prepare for consequences. This isn't a suggestion from a concerned partner. It's an ultimatum from the guy writing the checks. And when the NBA commissioner starts questioning your competence publicly, your days are numbered. The players deserve better. The fans deserve better. Caitlin Clark deserves better. She gave the WNBA everything: record ratings, sold-out arenas, mainstream relevance, and they repaid her with injuries and indifference. That's not just bad business, it's betrayal. So what happens next? If Engelbert has any survival instinct, she'll announce immediate reforms. Full-time referees, enhanced replay review, strict enforcement of player safety rules, and real accountability measures. Anything less is admission of failure. But let's be honest. Based on her track record, Engelbert will probably release another tone-deaf statement, blame the players for complaining, and hope this blows over. Newsflash, it won't. Not with billions at stake and Adam Silver watching every move. The clock is ticking. Every game Clark misses costs the league money and credibility. Every preventable injury pushes the WNBA further from its potential. And every day Engelbert remains in charge increases the likelihood of total collapse. This All-Star weekend was supposed to be a celebration. Instead, it's become a funeral for what could have been. The WNBA had lightning in a bottle with Caitlin Clark, and through sheer incompetence, they're watching it slip through their fingers. Bottom line, Adam Silver is right to be worried. The WNBA is mishandling its most valuable asset during the most critical period in league history. If Engelbert can't protect the players driving billions in revenue, she shouldn't be protecting her job. The irony is painful. The WNBA finally has everything it wanted: star power, media attention, corporate investment, fan passion, and they're destroying it from within through bureaucratic incompetence and refusal to address obvious problems. Here's my prediction. If Caitlin Clark suffers one more preventable injury this season, Engelbert is gone. Adam Silver won't tolerate watching his investment crater because of fixable problems. The NBA didn't subsidize the WNBA for decades to watch it implode at the moment of breakthrough. So, do you think Adam Silver is right to be worried about how the WNBA is handling its most valuable player during such a pivotal moment? Should he finally fire Kathy Engelbert? Let us know down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because this story is far from over. The future of women's basketball hangs in the balance, and what happens next will shock everyone.